Hey YouTube, thanks for watching my video today. We're going to highlight all the piebald and piebald combo ball pythons in my collection today. Before we get started, I'd like to ask you, if you haven't yet, please subscribe to my channel. Click that bell icon so you can be notified each time I upload a video. Both of those things are going to help me with spreading my message and getting more likes and watches on my YouTube channel so I can eventually get towards my goal of being monetized. I appreciate your help. Now let's get started. Alright, let's look first at a piebald. This one is a lower white version. As you can see, there's a lot of pattern. She doesn't really want to be handled very much. She also happens to be het for albino, but I decided to keep her back because she has a lot of pattern, and now I'm working a lot of different color combinations into my pieds, and I figure instead of having a bunch of high white, I wanted to have some lower white like this one. So when I get some other colors in there mixed in that you'll see here in a couple seconds, there'll be a lot more pattern to work with. But this is just your normal looking pied. Again, as I said, low white. And let's see what we got next. Now this girl is a high white pied, or at least much higher white than the other one, and she's full of eggs. She's about to lay in the next day or two, so I don't want to manhandle her too much. But you can see all through here is full of eggs. But I just wanted, for contrast, to show you a higher white version. This girl's just about to lay. This girl is probably the highest white breeder female that I have. See a little bit of color on the head and just two spots of broken pattern, and then nice little black heart here if I turn this over. Little heart there. And then this is a simple combination, but one of my favorites. This is a banana pied, or you could also call it a coral glow pied. And you just see this bright yellow coloration has replaced the brown markings on a normal piebald. These are just fantastic animals to reproduce. If you're not already familiar with it, the banana and coral glow traits are sex-linked, which means for the most part, anytime you produce from a male banana, his offspring that are banana or coral glow will most likely all be male. But the flip side of that is, like in this case, if you breed this to even a pied female or a het pied female, all of the regular straight pieds that he produces will most likely be female, because any banana that he produces is going to be male. Now this is a male maker banana piebald, but in the time that I've had him in the breedings I've done, I've produced 3 banana pied females, and I believe it's 4 banana het pied females. And then correspondingly, in a couple of those clutches, I produced a pied male, which is not what you'd expect. But the wonderful thing is those females that I've held back, when they produce males, they will be called female maker males, which means those male banana pieds, when they produce offspring, will roughly produce half banana males and half banana females, whether they be pied or be hets. But this is a nice simple combination, just banana pied. Moving on to the next one. This little fellow was a great pickup last year. This is a mahogany piebald. I have great plans for him. The wonderful thing about this is the summa is the super mahogany. So this mahogany pied male bred to a cinnamon mahogany female that I have that's possible het pied. I can potentially produce summas, and if I'm really fortunate, summa pieds, which would be a almost completely black or very, very, very dark brown snake in the summa, and then of course if it's pied, it'll have the pied traits with it. Show the sides of this little fella. This was produced by Justin Kubelka, who makes fantastic animals, as pretty much everybody in the hobby is aware. Nice little belly shot. So this again is the mahogany pied. Here's another codom trait mixed with piebald. This is a fire pied. I produced this girl here. Hopefully the camera's picking up how bright that yellow is. The only coloration she has is on her head and this spot behind that on the neck. The rest is pure white. She's about to go into shed, so she's got some smudges of color on here, but she'll go back to being stark white once she goes through the shed cycle. Again, fire pied. This is one of my little girl's favorite snakes. She's squirmy. She wants to get around. But again, that's fire pied. Now let's talk about some double recessives with piebald. So you're looking here at an albino piebald. Same sort of pattern as you expect in your normal pieds, but what used to be brown coloration is now turned bright yellow. So I think this was probably one of the first double recessive combos that was produced. The albino pied. Take a little bit closer look here. And next, we have a dreamsicle pied. Now we're looking at a dreamsicle pied. This would be lavender albino and piebald. And this one's anxious to get away. In a moment, I'll show both of them together, so when you see them in the same shot, it's a little bit easier to tell the difference. But this is a much oranger and I think deeper, more richer colored animal. So again, that's the lavender albino pied, or dreamsicle. And now we have them together. So this one under my fingers is the albino pied, and this one on the right that's very active is the lavender pied, or dreamsicle. Put those together, you can see, I hope the colors are coming out here with the lighting that I have. Quite a bit more white on the head of this one than on the lavender. I don't know if that's a trait you'd see in all dreamsicles, but it just happens to be most evident in mine. Here you can see a stark contrast between the white and the yellow, whereas this one it's a little bit more faded, but the yellow itself is much brighter and leans more towards orange. And let's move on. And here's my favorite snake in my collection. This is an axanthic fire piebald. So double codom, and then, double recessive, and then also has the codominant trait of fire. This girl is, as I said, my very favorite snake. Produced her last year for the first time after what seems like probably 6 or 7 years of trying. It might have even been longer than that, as I produced my own double hets and then raised them up and bred them back together. But this is the very favorite animal in my collection. And now let's try to get them all together. Let's see if they'll cooperate. So again, that's the axanthic fire piebald. Here's the dreamsicle, the albino pied, the fire pied. Try to show her head there so we can see some colors. Here's the mahogany pied in the middle. Banana pied coming in here on the left. And not to be outdone, let's bring back the straight pied that was higher patterned. So if we can get everybody in there again, just to recap, this one's banana pied, this one's mahogany pied, lavender pied in the back here trying to take off, axanthic fire pied here in the middle. This is the fire pied with just some coloration on the head. Albino pied is this one, and our straight pied back here in the back. So thanks for taking a look at my piebald collection. I appreciate it. As more added to the collection and or hatched, I will update this video. And if you haven't already, I'd like to ask you to please subscribe to my channel. Hit that bell notification in the bottom right as you're looking at the video, which will notify you each time I upload another video. And if you would, please consider making some comments and liking this video, as well as taking a look at another video or two before you leave my page, as all those listed things will help me with the YouTube algorithm and trying to get the word out about my channel. Thanks again for watching. I hope you enjoyed the snakes.